Imagine having more money than you could ever spend in a lifetime. Now multiply that by 100. Welcome to the world of the richest people in history. Wealth, it's a concept as old as civilization itself, and it has taken on many forms throughout the ages. From glittering gold and precious gems to vast estates and industrial empires, the measure of wealth has evolved just as mankind has. But one thing's remained constant: the awe-inspiring power of unimaginable riches. From the sun-baked sands of ancient Mali to the bustling boardrooms of 20th century America, these individuals didn't just break the bank, they redefined it. 13 names, each echoing through the annals of history, not just for their deeds, but for the staggering wealth they accumulated. So buckle up and get ready for a journey back in time. Let's dive into the lives of these extraordinary individuals and see how they amassed their fortunes. First up, we have Mansa Musa I, a name synonymous with unimaginable wealth. Mansa Musa was the ruler of the Mali Empire during the 14th century. His reign was not just marked by peace and cultural prosperity, but also by the mind-boggling wealth he had amassed, primarily through his empire's extensive control over the trans-Saharan gold trade. Born in the year 1280, Mansa Musa ascended to the throne in the year 1312 and ruled until 1337. His rule was characterized by vast territorial expansion and the flourishing of arts, education, and trade in his empire. Yet what truly etches his name in the annals of history is his incomparable wealth. Mansa Musa's Mali Empire was strategically located between the gold-producing lands of West Africa and the gold-consuming lands of the Mediterranean. This position allowed him to control the flow of gold, which in those times was as coveted as oil is today. This control over the gold trade turned the Mali Empire into a hub of wealth, with Mansa Musa at its center. But Mansa Musa wasn't just about hoarding wealth. He was a devout Muslim, and his pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 was one for the books. His procession reportedly included 60,000 men, including 12,000 slaves, each carrying 4 pounds of gold bars, and heralds dressed in silks bearing gold staffs, banners, and high-quality horses. The amount of gold he spent during his pilgrimage was so immense, it caused a currency crisis in the regions he passed. Yet, beyond the gold and the grandeur, Mansa Musa was a visionary. He used his wealth not just for display but also for the betterment of his empire. He built schools, mosques, and universities, turning the city of Timbuktu into a thriving center of culture and learning. Mansa Musa's wealth was so vast that it's hard to put a number on it, but his story is just the beginning. His tale of wealth is a testament to the possibilities of trade and the power of a visionary leader. And as we delve further into the lives of the world's richest individuals, we'll see these themes echoed again and again. So stay tuned as we continue this journey into the world of unimaginable wealth and prosperity. Moving forward in time, we meet the titans of industry: John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, and Henry Ford. John D. Rockefeller, an American business tycoon, established the Standard Oil Company. His business acumen and strategic alliances helped him control almost 90% of all oil refineries in the United States. This monopoly made him the richest person in modern history. But Rockefeller's legacy extends beyond his wealth. His strategic approach to business paved the way for the structure of modern corporations and philanthropy. Then there's Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish-American industrialist who built a kingdom out of steel. Born into a poor family, Carnegie's journey to the echelons of wealth is an emblem of the American dream. His ability to capitalize on the Industrial Revolution and his investments in the burgeoning American steel industry cemented his place as one of the wealthiest men in history. But his wealth wasn't hoarded. Carnegie is remembered just as much for his philanthropy, giving away almost 90% of his fortune to charities, foundations, and universities. And who could forget Henry Ford? The founder of the Ford Motor Company didn't just amass a fortune, he revolutionized an entire industry. Ford's introduction of the assembly line for automobile manufacturing not only made cars affordable for the everyday American, but also set a precedent for mass production techniques across industries. His ingenuity made him one of the wealthiest and most influential men of his time. These titans of industry didn't just accumulate wealth, they changed the world. They transformed their respective industries, setting standards and introducing innovations that we still benefit from today. Their legacies are not just in their bank accounts but in the fabric of modern society. These men not only amassed great wealth but also changed the world with their industries. From industrial magnates, we now turn to conquerors and kings. We'll explore the lives of 6 such individuals who reigned supreme, each leaving an indelible mark on history. First up, we have Genghis Khan. Born in the 12th century, he founded the Mongol Empire, which at its zenith was the largest contiguous empire in history. His rule, marked by relentless conquests, brought a significant portion of the world's wealth under his control. Next, we journey to China during the Song dynasty, where Emperor Shenzong ruled. His reign saw a period of economic prosperity and technological advancement. Through effective governance and economic policies, he managed to amass a sizable fortune. Moving westward, we encounter Akbar I, the emperor of the Mughal Empire in India. Known for his efficient administration, Akbar's rule brought prosperity, and with it, immense wealth. His empire was rich in resources, and the treasury overflowed with the spoils of his successful reign. Turning back the hands of time, we find ourselves in the era of the Roman Empire. Emperor Augustus Caesar, the first Roman emperor, controlled vast territories and accumulated significant wealth. His reign marked the beginning of the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace that allowed trade and wealth to flourish. Continuing our journey back in time, we meet King Solomon, a biblical figure known for his wisdom and wealth. As the ruler of the ancient kingdom of Israel, his reign was marked by peace, prosperity, and an influx of wealth from trade and tributes. Lastly, we arrive in Rome again to meet Marcus Licinius Crassus. A Roman general and politician, Crassus was no stranger to wealth. His fortune came from real estate and military conquests, making him one of the wealthiest men in Rome. These rulers controlled vast territories and amassed wealth beyond imagination, but they weren't the only ones. Our journey concludes with the final 3, Cornelius Vanderbilt, Alan Rufus, and Osman Ali Khan. First, we turn our gaze to the 19th century American tycoon, Cornelius Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was a man who truly understood the power of reinvention. Starting off with a humble ferry service, he quickly escalated his business, amassing a fortune in steamships before turning his attention to the burgeoning railroad industry. His ruthless business tactics earned him both fame and notoriety, marking him as one of the wealthiest men of his era. Next up is Alan Rufus, a name that might not immediately ring a bell, but his story is one for the ages. Known as a companion of William the Conqueror, Rufus was a Norman nobleman who became one of the wealthiest individuals in medieval England. Land grants awarded to him after the Norman conquest became the foundation of his immense wealth. Rufus was a shrewd businessman who understood the value of land and used it to his advantage. Finally, we come to Osman Ali Khan, the last Nizam of the princely state of Hyderabad. In the mid-20th century, he was reputed to be the wealthiest man of his time. Khan's reign was marked by progressive reforms and modernization, but it was his vast personal fortune that truly set him apart. From a legendary jewelry collection to a private treasury filled with gold and precious gems, his wealth was a testament to the opulence of his era. Each of these men, in their own ways, shaped the world around them. Vanderbilt's impact on American transportation, Rufus's role in shaping medieval England, and Khan's modernization efforts in Hyderabad all left lasting legacies. Their wealth was not just a symbol of their personal success, but a tool that allowed them to influence their respective fields and societies. From rulers and conquerors to moguls and magnates, these 13 individuals represent the pinnacle of wealth throughout history. We've traveled through time, exploring the lives of the wealthiest individuals in history. From Mansa Musa's golden reign to the industrial giants of the West, we've seen how wealth can be both a tool and a testament to power. These individuals, with their vast fortunes, didn't just shape their own destinies, but the course of history itself. The power of wealth is not just about the glittering gold or the towering skyscrapers. It's about the ability to influence, to change, to leave a mark. Think about the sprawling Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan or the technological advancements during Emperor Shenzong's rule. Consider the philanthropic endeavors of Andrew Carnegie or the Industrial Revolution sparked by Henry Ford. These are the impacts that echo through time, long after the individuals themselves have passed. Remember, wealth is not just about money, it's about the impact you make. So what will be your impact?